Hello everyone. Sorry for the weird shadows and going on. It's early in the morning and it's dark outside and I've only got light on my face. But I'm here to introduce the first ever TCG Dome Hangout, which is pretty much a locals for Elestrals. It's a kind of a season-long tournament where you're just kind of playing a casual competitive environment, building up points, and then before the release of the next set, so not Frostfall coming up, but Daybreak, we're going to have a big tournament where if you get enough points, you're going to be entered into that tournament, and then your rankings will be determined by who's in first in terms of points, and then who's in last in terms of the last person to qualify under the amount of points. You're going to see a lot of unedited footage today. These will get more and more edited. I just really wanted to get this out. But we're just going to give you kind of the raw footage, cutting out kind of the middle parts, so it's just the gameplay. But it's really good. I was lucky enough to have Jadejonny commentate with me. This was my first ever stream. So it was super nice to have someone so knowledgeable. So for anyone looking to get into the game and hearing some really good insight into the game, it's something to definitely check out because Jadejonny does have really good insight. And I play along and I'm learning a lot and I'm doing good with him, but he's a very good commentator. So Jadejonny, thank you for coming on and doing this with me. I know he said he would be happy to pop in and out from time to time and help me out with it again in the future too. So if you're interested in ever joining this, it's completely free. All you got to do is join our Discord. It's at the TCG Dome. The link will be down in the description, so you can just go and enter that, and all the information and everything will be there. This is a 4-round Swiss tournament with best 2 out of 3 each round. There is no side deck. That is to encourage you to play more decks and to have more fun with it, but also on my end, I don't want to be having to check deck lists and do all these things since I'm the only one really running and organizing it. This keeps it at a really low like scrutiny and like serious level where like I'm not looking at someone's deck list and making sure they have actually 2 copies versus 3. We can kind of just have fun knowing that every card is available to you at the start of every game, and that's just how it is. We do have, if you're a new player and you're going to try and get into the game, this is a good start. We're going to have I'm going to develop some rules for new players so you don't have to just come in and play the best of the best and then just lose right away and feel like you got nothing out of it. If you're a new player, feel free to join the Discord and we will work it out so that way your experience with this right off the bat is going to be a fun one. You're going to learn how to play. We can have it where instead of you playing in first few rounds, you can play against me and I'll teach you the game. Or someone will, if you get paired up with someone and they're willing to teach you the game, that's 100% K2, and we'll have special rewards and prizes for anyone willing to teach. This is supposed to be a place for new players to come in and learn the game, as well as people who have been playing this game for almost like 2 years now to also be able to come and be competitive and have fun, so everybody gets to play the style that they want. So yeah, without a further ado, this video is going to be very lowly edited. It's just pretty much spliced up into the games, so it's going to bounce from game to game, but it's definitely worth it. There is a lot of cool things and fun things to come, so stay tuned and enjoy. Oh yeah, and I kind of started recording this late, so you're going to kind of jump right into like the third way through game, like the first round, so sorry.
Comes down, actually, I don't think this is enough. Boostation will not be enough, dude.
No, unless I don't know what that back row could be. I mean, unless that back row is what, Tsunami? Like, then Jai has nothing for that.
I mean, even then, even if it's not Tsunami, okay, so Graveshoot has to attack the Elechick here, otherwise Jadejonny could just move over to battle phase and, you know, ignore this Boostation entirely. So, I mean, we're gonna see the Elechick go down. Jadejonny, unless that's a Shield of Achilles, I want to say. Shield of Achilles could do it here, but other than that, I mean, oh yeah. So if I were Jadejonny here, I'd just move over straight into battle phase and attack the Boostation with Elechick and just kind of get the advantage going. Because the second the Jadejonny plays a card, then we see the Rabbit come down. Will the Boostation expend though? You have the spirits to expend. You have the ability to do that, and it will save your Boostation from being destroyed in battle this turn unless Jadejonny decides to trade with Boostation.
Looks like no.
because Mustachian does have 7 defense right now, so a switch of the defense and attack would make it to where Elechic plus Zeus would be a trade.
Right.
So do we see the trade?
Yeah, I don't think Graveshift ended up expending.
Yeah, so we're gonna see the disenchant. That's gonna make it to where Mustachian has
that's
GG's. That's game.
Yeah, there's nothing you can draw now.
I mean, you could draw a Rise from the Ashes to bring back Sluggle, get you a body on board, and also get you back those 3 spirits that you lose in the Rise from the Ashes. But I mean, you're still having that Elechic attack over the Sluggle, and it's just
right with 2 back row and like the spirits just be able to like use those back row at will. Like I just don't see.
There's nothing really.
Yeah, with the card advantage and the spirit advantage.
And an expended draw.
Oh, yeah.
I really think you scoop it up here and go to game 2 Graveshift. I don't think that you keep playing this out.
Oh. No, that's not enough at this point. You don't have the cards.
You've already expended a draw. I mean, getting the Ambrosia on that expended
2
draw.
Earths means an Earthquake, probably.
You basically just recover 1 spirit. I mean, even an Earthquake right now, right? Like, I mean, that just removes the Elechic. The Astrabic can still get in.
Yeah.
Jadejonny, she has another Elestral in hand. I agree with that, because it can get you more cards. It can get Jadejonny more cards.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. But at the same time, like, the Elechic is just going to be a problem for you if you don't get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. And Galaxia would be maybe a good draw off the top?
I mean, I think Jaya has a Gorgon's face down.
Yeah,
if
or
Jaya
a
doesn't have
shield.
a Gorgon, she has a PTA. She has a full face down.
There we go.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Now the Galaxia wouldn't do anything for.
No,
yeah,
nothing.
So we're gonna see the 1-2 punch. Graveshift's gonna go down to 3. The only thing that Graveshift could really draw here would probably be like a Mustachian. And even then, I mean, if Jadejonny just simply Gorgons her own Galaxia, then, I mean, it runs over Mustachian. Oh, dude. Ambrosia here just doesn't help, though.
It doesn't do anything because you still need to expend a draw, so you wouldn't be able to cast anything, and then you're still taking 2 no matter what.
All you really
probably
do is
3.
1 life. I mean,
it's
regardless of any counter rune he plays here is going to cost him 2 spirits. If it's
100%.
Tsunami, then Galaxia still gets the attack through. Shield, it's still going to cost you 2 spirits.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so you're going to be looking at a bare minimum of 3 damage here. I mean,
there's just not. I don't see the out with the deck.
I don't see a single way that Graveshift can come back into this. I really think that you just call it here. You don't reveal what that face down is. You try to keep as much information hidden going into game 2. I do not think that you play more cards.
No.
We are going to see what that face down is, though, if this attack declaration goes through. It's most likely a bluff or an altar. I mean, that's game.
Yeah.
This does not feel good for Graveshift. That was just not his game. I think
Pigus altar, like Pigus, like Aelus at the beginning with, especially Aelus, not just Pigus, like Aelus with an altar at the beginning and 2 altars to, like when all you're doing is the first turn setting 3 back row. There's just, that's just nothing you can do.
That's just not in your favor at that point.
No. Don't reveal it. I guess it's fine.
Why are you revealing it? It's a best of 3, guys. What are you doing?
So it was a Gorgons and a Tsunami down, so that Gorgons really would have just any kind of comeback would have been shut down.
It is really weird seeing Shield of Achilles. A lot of players have been dropping it because all the on-cast effects and on-enchant effects.
Mm-hmm.
Or they've been moving it into the side deck at least. So it is really weird seeing Shield of Achilles being in the main deck because a lot of players have been citing that out.
Right. Yeah, I've been not a fan of Shield of Achilles. That's the card that's been going down for me a ton. And especially, I think, coming into Frostfall, when Lavalith is popular, I don't even see why you would even bother playing Shield of Achilles in the main deck. I think you'd have to know
I find myself removing it from all my decks right now, and it's just, it sucks because it's been such a meta relevant card since prototype days. But I mean, we're just seeing way too many on enchant effects, on receive effects that it's just playing it just increases your opponent's ability to do things.
Yeah. Like
you bounce back an Astrabic, your opponent can just recast. You can bounce back an Elechic, your opponent gets the ability to search another Diviner. I mean, you cast back, Toxicon, your opponent's just gonna burn you again. It really doesn't do much.
Right,
and
giving
3 or more enchanting spirits, it just feels bad.
Exactly. Yeah, you couldn't have said it better. That's my thought process on it exactly. Like giving them the card back never feels good. Only time I've ever had it feel good is when you give them back, like if they're playing a 2-drop or something that you probably won't have to worry about seeing again, like early in the game, like even Twindra or Pantera, like something that is popular that you don't have to see, and it's just a brick in their hand. That's the only time it's ever felt really good or end game to kind of stop their momentum. But I don't think that happens in the future with, like, even now I think people are playing around it, but in the future with Frostfall I think it just dies out.
Yeah, because I mean, like, what happens in every year? Frostfall, what are you gonna bounce back with? Super, you're gonna bounce back like Labolith? I mean, great. Now they get to re-special cast it. You're removing their advantage on their board, so I mean, they're going to have the ability to recast on their preceding turn. Are you bouncing back? Bakugan? Okay, that might be a good bounce, but I mean, like, what are the odds of you playing Bakugan consistently?
Right.
You have Flameoth that's able to counter it. I mean, it's just like Shield is just going to fall off in usage, which is a good thing in my opinion, because I think it's been meta relevant for way too long, and with like our modern understanding of the game, it just doesn't make sense for it to be meta relevant.
No. And yeah, at this point, the best thing you could do is put it down and have it be like a bluff. And there's so many other cards that are way better bluffs than a card that would be useless no matter what. So
I think I've like casted Shield of Achilles like 5 times in the last like 3 months, and the only time I actually was like, I feel good doing this was on a 3 enchanted equaling. So it did not feel good.
Yeah,
right, well,
that's another been a pro of it too, with all the nexusing. Like when Elestrals is boosted up by a bunch of spirits, and then you can for cheaper just using that one, like the 2 spirits to bounce it back to get those spirits off the field. That does feel good, but that doesn't come up enough for it to be relevant.
Yeah,
there's other things.
The room is open again.
It is. Okay, I gotta refresh it. No worries.
So Graveshift started off by searching by playing a Elechick and getting a search off. I believe he grabbed a Poseidon. Yeah, Poseidon. It's so weird seeing somebody playing water right now. Like water just has not been doing much, in my opinion. I mean, like we've seen like some players like Block and Baboon's favorite.
I think Sky Guy too. I think Sky Guy is a big water player.
Yeah, Sky Guy has also been like big on water as well, and it's so weird seeing it, being played by somebody that's not one of those three.
Right. I do know Graveshift in the past tournament did play Frog, and I don't know if that's the deck he's playing because we haven't seen it yet. Hasn't been in his hand at all because he's showed us everything, but that could be what his. But we haven't seen any wind or nothing to go along with it, so maybe he's just playing like a water with the Frog.
He also said he's playing. He did say he was playing Floracne. So I am wondering if he's playing like some variant of defense beaters that uses Floracne as an 8 attack defender.
Right.
Or an 8 attacker. Because Floracne has 8 attack, right? Like I'm not crazy. Or 8 defense.
I'd have to look it up. I honestly don't know. Poseidon comes down though.
We're gonna see the Atros.
That'd be my thought. I don't know what else you'd enchant Poseidon to the Elechick to give a water. You could still cast something, no?
No.
Okay.
You could have re-enchanted. You could have expended to draw. Instead, we're just seeing the attack come down from Elechick. Maybe he's just in the thought process of I used way too many spirits, or he's projecting an altar.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But at the same time, I mean, Jadejonny is one of those players who's fully aware of, like, the ability to project. I mean, like, I think that she's going to plan for him having the altar.
Yeah.
We do see Astravet come down. Will it get Gorgon? PTA'd? Is there a response? Does not look like there's a response.
That's not good. Wondering what Jai has planned that they put the Astravet in attack.
We've seen her play Zeus, so I'm pretty sure
that's got to be it, right? I don't know what else.
We're probably gonna see a 3 enchant Zeus come down. That's my guess. This would allow Astravet to attack over the Elechick if Graveshift decides to activate an altar here to switch Astravet to defense position. Is that a Demeter?
It's got to be a Demeter. Yeah, Demeter popped up. It's not showing up for me.
Yeah, it's not showing up for me either. Yeah, so we do see the altar come down, switch the Astravet to defense position. This is exactly what I said. Jai is fully aware that her opponent might have altar. I mean, especially when projected like this.
Right.
She's one of those players that's like, fully cognitive of the fact. So I definitely think that I don't want to say Graveshift is outmatched here, but like, I mean, Jadejonny is honestly one of like the top 10 players. Like, I mean, like, I don't think anybody can really argue with me on that one.
No, I don't think so either. Earthquake's nice after putting that rabbit to defense. But Earthquake on rabbit is such a weird... I mean, you would prefer an out to it, but with Graveshift's deck, I don't see another out other than some sort of removal.
Atlantis and Galaxia maybe, but
maybe,
I mean,
yeah.
That's not even like a bet. That's not even really a good out.
No.
You see the Afros come down. That's what I was saying. The Afros is so clutch.
Mm-hmm.
If I were Jaijin, I would. If I have Gorgons, I'm doing it. Like,
PTA.
I don't.
Yeah, Gorgons would be nice to stop the advantage, but I guess PTA is worth it in that scenario to not get more. But I feel like you're still gonna be taking a lot of spirits here if you're Jai. Like,
yeah,
if you decide to Nexus and that.
Afros just sends 2 over to Elichick. That's 3 damage coming from the Elichick on top of the 2 that you're taking from Poseidon or taking from ETA. That's just a lot of damage in one turn. Jaijin is not gonna want to be taking. And again, we run into the situation of what do? Do you Shield of Achilles the Elichick? What does it do? It's just gonna get under the ability to search out another Poseidon.
Exactly.
I mean,
it never feels good. Yeah, it never feels good. Ambrosia too. Yeah, that's.
If I were Graveshift here, I would have used the Spirit on the Afros to cast the Ambrosia, because the Afros is going to die one way or the other. At least save that one Spirit that I'm using.
I guess his thought process must have been like getting the extra damage in at this point to put Jai to a spot where Jai's going to have to expend more for PTA plus take the 4, so 5 more coming out, and I guess you'd rather Graveshift was thinking deal 5 instead of 4.
Yeah.
That's gotta be.
Though,
wait.
Something I am.
Really quick, it's best of 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah, best of 3.
Best of 3.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
Alright, so we see the Elichick attack for 4. He used the Poseidon ability to Nexus to Nexus to the Elichick. Jaijin definitely not enjoying that hit.
No.
She does expend 5 for that PTA expend, and that's going to allow Afros to be destroyed. Jaijin now in a losing position, but I don't think that's gonna stick. I feel like
if that Elichick just gets cleared, then it doesn't.
Yeah, like the second that Elichick is gone, then the game is basically 180 entirely.
So on my screen, I can't tell what's Jai's spirits at. I just realized that the spirits have been the same the entire game, and I thought Jai was way lower.
Jai's at 4. Jai's at 3 now.
Okay.
After the Earthquake.
Okay, yeah, Earthquake is huge.
So the Rumba Gym was Gorgons, but I mean, Earthquake comes down, removes that Elichick. I mean,
it's
all that card advantage you had just gone, or all that spirit advantage you had just gone like that in a heartbeat. I mean,
it's close because he's still the face down. I think it depends on what kind of Elestral you have in your hand and what Jai's face down is.
Yeah, if Graveshift doesn't have an Elestral or an offensive Elestral, then I mean, yeah, there we go. We see the expended draw coming from Graveshift, so we know that he doesn't have the offensive capability to remove this Rummagem. If you can't remove a Rummagem, you're not removing most of the things in Jaijin's deck.
No.
So,
100%.
I think right now, Graveshift's in a good position to kind of like turtle for a turn or 2, but I mean, I definitely don't think that you can really afford to stall the game out very long. I mean, like, you have 2 turns to recover from the sports state. You have 2 turns to just like look for that Elestral, find that Elestral, and get the game going. I don't think you have much longer than that.
No.
Especially because Jaijin's not playing any new face downs, because she probably just has a handful of Elestrals and Invokers. And I mean, if even one card in Jaijin's hand is an Earthquake, it's just game at that point.
Yeah.
Where do you want scores?
Just in the general lobby.
Oh, okay.
I think that Graveshift is probably sitting on an Atlantis or 2. Like, there's been no reason for him to play the Atlantis, so I don't think like he's had a reason to. But now that Jaijin's played full, I think we're about to see an Atlantis drop.
Yeah, 100%. Which what does that really? What does that do for you? With all those,
it gets the Foley off the board.
Yeah,
the smiley thing. I mean, but even then,
Earthquake is nice. That helps.
That does help. But we need to see an Elestral coming from Graveshift like now. Like 20 turns ago, we needed to see it.
EO.
There's the Foamy.
Okay, Foamy's good.
Okay, Foamy comes in. Foamy comes down. Is this Foamy gonna be clutch, or is it? The PTA from Jaijin.
Nope, able to use the spirits on the field too.
Ooh,
that's tough.
I mean, the thing is, at the end phase, Jadejonny's gonna go to 1 spirit. So she has 1 more enchant, 1 more Elestral enchant.
And
so
Ambrosia.
She's gotta make this next. If she has the Ambrosia, then she just wins.
Yeah.
I don't think we can really argue with the fact that she wins at that point.
No.
But if she doesn't have that Ambrosia, then I mean, like, this game is set.
Yeah, 100%. Doesn't look like it. I feel like you bring that down right away.
Elechick comes down. That's
Okay.
gonna be 2 damage. I think we're gonna see
Tsunami.
we're gonna see a tsunami coming down from
That's
Graveshift.
big.
Switch defense position. All right, now do we see a 5? We need a Moustachian. We need a Galaxia.
Galaxia
and
would be amazing.
And we need an Atlantis. A Galaxia Atlantis wins the game.
100%.
Even just Atlantis will clear that full away. It'll make it to where you have an easier time clearing out that Elechick. All we need to see is 1 of 2 cards.
I don't know. I feel like if Graveshift had it, he just brings it down right away.
I don't think he has it.
No, I don't think Graveshift is drawing what he needs. Nah, then what do you do? Because then your Tsunami, then it just blanked, and now her
If your Graveshift,
that's tough.
if that other back row isn't Tsunami, the game is just over.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to feel for Graveshift on this one. He did so good.
Whoa.
He got so far. Wait, what?
What just happened?
Homie drop? Was that a homie drop?
Must have been. Wait, oh, 2.
Okay, like
oh,
you read it.
yeah.
Okay. She
Okay.
attacked 2 and then okay. I was like, homie drop out of this scenario?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know on that one,
Yeah, I
man.
think I just take the game, call it GG's.
Yeah, like if Galaxia comes down here right now, if Galaxia hits the board right now, Graveshift wins actually, because Graveshift can activate Poseidon's ability to
Oh,
move
yeah.
over to Galaxia. The only thing
Foamy. That doesn't do anything for you.
that doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah, that does nothing. Yeah, that's GG's. Poseidon, Majesty. What are we
Majesty,
witnessing?
he's on Majesty. That's insane. I was expecting a lot of things. That wasn't one of them.
I'm wondering, he had shield down. When you have those the 3 spirits left, do you shield the Elechick in that position? Because the Elechick can't come back.
The Elechick in that position, yeah. Because
Yeah.
if you shield the Elechick in that position, then you just have the Rummagem, and I mean a Foamy in defense position walls off that Rummagem at 3 attack with the full away.
Oh, I guess there's Demeter still down. So you can just Demeter, put it on the Rummagem, and then it's GG's.
Yeah, true.
Let's see who else is playing.
You gotta feel bad for Graveshift on that one. He got so far.
Yep. Should we see where Jack's at? Is Jack playing? I think they're on the app.
Yeah.
Jack is on the app, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go into his game real quick.
What'd you think of the games?
I think they were good games. I think you controlled the entirety of them. It felt like
I think the
Not-
second game was a lot.
At the
closer.
the second
Yeah.
game. The second game
At the
was
beginning,
way different.
I
but-
kept a hand of 4 Elestrals, a PTA, and 2 Ash Rabbits, and I'm like, I can Ash Rabbit search for them, for the counter wounds.
Mhm.
But the first Ash Rabbit only found PTA, and the second one found Helios. So I just took Earthquake instead.
Oh.
We joined the second game. We joined the second game, and Volt Tempest is the first thing I see. Oh my God, Jack! What is going on in your game, brother? He misenchants the Tsunami, gets rid of the Sparket, so the Volt Tempest can't attack over the Sparket. So Volt Tempest is going to attack into the P-Gust, destroy the P-Gust. Oh my God, this game is what? What is this game? Alright, Jack, all you need to do is draw the Toxion. That's all you need here, Jack. Draw the Toxion. You need 1 card!
Did Viper already use Full Tempest this time?
Yeah, but I'm assuming Viper just attacked the Sparket, and so Jack used the Spirit from Tsunami to misenchant the Tsunami to...
Oh, looks like that's game.
Jack loses. Okay.
That's tough.
That's weird that he would call it there. You have the ability to draw the Toxion, right?
I would depend what deck. I don't even know.
I mean, he was playing Sparket, so if you're playing T-Nex without Toxion, it's kind of...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder what game.
So, I mean,
it was
you
for them.
Unless, of course, he didn't have the Thunder Spirits.
Oh, that's
But,
fine.
but I feel like you'd still have the Thunder Spirits in that situation, right? Like,
Especially if you're playing Thunder.
Yeah.
Maybe he just only used Thunder Spirits at the game, didn't get a chance to use any. Well, those are all Tempest, so like.
I mean, and then you still had the ability that, like, you had the Tsunami activated, right? I mean, like, so obviously you don't have any Water Spirits, so unless he just has 2 Earth Spirits. But I mean, even if you have 2 Earth Spirits, I mean, you're still looking at the ability to draw Earthquake in that situation. I don't know what Jack was. I don't know what happened in that game, so I can't really make clear assumptions, obviously. But
Maybe Jack was running a Fire Spirit and just didn't expend it off of Volt Tempest.
maybe.
Which I mean can bully Jack.
I don't think Jack would make a play like that, though. I feel like if he has the
Yeah.
Water Spirit, I mean, and it's clearly not going to be of any use, I think he'd just use it. Alright, so that must have been game 2, so
Yeah,
it's
that's what
probably
I'm thinking.
1-1 right now.
Yep.
Oh, we self-report on the website. Okay. Got it. You should probably. I'll ping Weathercaster to do it. Oh, yeah, Weathercaster's in the call. Weathercaster, you there?
Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
we weren't doing it on the.
On the challenge
Uh,
website.
I didn't realize you
I
could do
thought
that,
it
so that works out actually easier if you can do it on there.
Okay. Done.
Is this round robin?
It's
Or
like
Swiss?
Swiss. It's Swiss.
Okay. It's essentially round robin. I know it's not. I'm stupid. I'm bad at math.
You are math. Got her.
What does that mean?
I'm just poning her today. It's just so easy.
I like to tone it down for the stream, but like.
I think we're still waiting on them to
To
do
join.
their game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They definitely would
waiting
have
on
came
Jack
back.
to join the match. And this is why best of 3 is important, because whenever you see a Volt Tempest, you are gonna wish you're in that you had game 3.
This is also isn't side decking though. It's just changed to whatever deck you want.
Yeah, every card is your side deck.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Figured it'd be
It's
better
casual.
that way. Try out some stuff, like just like have fun, try out different decks. Since it's
That's
not
fair.
official or nothing. I was thinking about talking with Dan about like if it gets organized well and starts running well and people are enjoying it, we could try to do something like official. But I don't know. I kind of like having the complete control over it and like having it just be however we want it to be. We'll have to see.
I
what-
think both can be fun.
Yeah.
In on Showdown, they're like in like there's like a world cup
they're-
on like
they're-
Showdown or something.
They're in Mount Olympus now.
Which does the same thing, where you could just pick whatever team you want.
Oh, that'd be good.
Alright, so
Preach
we
me.
start off by seeing Viper play the classic turn 1 play of Astrabbit Pass.
Nice. That's the best to one play. It's better than Spike
Set
Attacks.
2, set 3, set 3, Astrabbit Pass. Oh,
Yeah.
that's if you're Jack, you're probably hating your life right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're looking at that and you're going, I'm gonna do
Yeah, I
the
want
same.
to do the same thing.
Astrabbit.
Yeah.
Will this bait out an EQ? Will this bait out a Gorgons or a PTA? It will not. So Astrabbit comes down. Both players just staring at Astrabbit right now. That's kind of funny.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Easy.
Earthquake. Okay, EQ comes down. It's weird that Jack has the EQ, but he put the Astrabbit. Oh, he might have found the EQ off of Astrabbit.
Oh yeah.
We see 1. We see 2. We see 3. We see 3. We see 4. Classic Elestrals, everybody. Classic Elestrals. Astrabbit set 3 into Astrabbit set 4 after an EQ. Alright. LHA comes down, we're gonna see a Zeus search. Do we see a Zeus search? Will Jack GG here? I feel like if you're Jack, you have to GG here. Yeah.
Yeah. Feels like GG on Elichick is becoming more and more like a mainstay with how important the divine runes are.
Yeah, I mean, Zeus is just so clutch in, balancing out stat distribution. It's just, you have to GG. You cannot let that Elechick hit. I mean, especially if you don't know what your opponent's playing. And again, when you're able to just switch decks in between rounds or in between games, you really have no way of knowing if your opponent's on, Earth, if they're on Thunder, if they're on Wind.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you have to do it whenever you see it.
100%.
It's double value because the Elechick's in attack position, so it'll might be able to get some damage off as well.
That's
So you
true.
stop the damage as well.
Yeah, 100%.
We see the Toxion come down. Honestly, I think if you're Jack, you see how many Thunder Spirits have been used, and you're like, okay, he's playing Thunder Nexus.
Yeah. Or Fall Tempest. Wouldn't Fall Tempest?
You could, yeah.
Probably just the same thing that because pretty sure Viper was ready to go right away. So I'm guessing Viper's just playing the same deck. There's
Jack's
Spark
probably
It.
playing the same deck as well with playing Thunder Nexus as well. Jack's been a huge advocate of Thunder Nexus since day one, so I think
I still think
probably
it's,
seen an Thunder Nexus run.
every time I play against Thunder Nexus, I swear it feels like the best deck. It feels like nothing can compare. Earth?
Jack's been playing a lot of variations of the Nexus recently with like Sola and stuff, and Vigas maybe.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what he has, or if it's just regular with Jolton maybe or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be surprised if there's an Sola in the deck.
Viserys comes down, talking about classic variations of Thunder Nexus.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, Shield.
Shield bounce the Vis. That's not going to solve his problem of that Viserys, though. That Viserys is just going to come down next turn.
Yeah.
It does let him get a Spark and Nexus off though, so
What would you probably rather
Potentially.
see? A PTA on the Viserys there?
Quackle comes down, so we will get the Spark and Nexus unless Jack would like to Gorgons here. If I'm Jack, I'm Gorgon things this. He didn't Gorgons.
Gorgon's the Quackle?
are
or
you
the-
suggesting
or
using
the
the Quackles and Nexus Bank?
Yeah.
I'm suggesting using the Quackle to Nexus here.
Okay, here we
In
go.
a
Yes.
specific circumstance, yeah.
Now we see if he. Oh no, he just gets rid of the Viserys. That doesn't feel good. But I guess the Ash Rabbit. What do you? Oh.
Earthquake comes down,
Okay.
popping the rabbit, keeping Jack off any Elestrals. I think Jack could just end up losing here.
Yeah. Are we at 13, 14? Yeah, it's a tough position.
They're both down cards. They both only have 4 cards available to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but Jack has no Elestrals,
Yes.
and having no Elestrals matters
Mhm.
a lot more than having, runes.
Yes, yeah.
Because you can temporarily stall damage, but you're not going to be able to permanently stall damage with the Elestrals. Laurels comes down, I was wrong. You can permanently stall damage with the Elestrals.
Yeah.
Jack once again proving me wrong.
Yeah.
Most dumbest of ways.
Jack's rolling life. Elechick is nice too without a.
Elechick comes down. Do we see the Gorgons coming from Viper? I don't think he has it. He would have just flipped it. He would have flipped it.
Immediately.
Aeolus
Aeolus,
coming to
yeah,
hand.
that's big.
Oh.
That's big.
There you go.
If
The
you're
Pegasus
Viper, you
Starlight
are.
coming.
If you're Viper, you are hating seeing that.
Yo,
Jack does plan for the potential Spark It play coming from Viper. Sets that Aeolus face down. Shows that he has some level of foresight. Viper expend to draws a card. We see a thunderstorm blind. No, he's probably gonna hit the Aeolus. Yeah, he always hits the Aeolus there. Minimize the amount of Elestrals that Jack can have access to.
thunderstorm. Yeah. Sorry, I was not paying attention. I got distracted. So still. Oh, draw the P-Gust anyways. If you got an alt. Yeah, if you got any
Just
way
the top
to.
deck P-Gus just feels bad.
Yeah. I know Jack
You
usually
gotta-
only plays 1 too, so.
Wait, Viper had the Gorgon's Gaze, chose to let the Elechick Search go through.
Huh. That's an interesting move.
That's very
That does not
interesting.
feel good.
If I were Viper there, I definitely would have Gorgon's that Elechick just
Yeah.
because I don't know what Jack has been searching. The expend a draw coming out from Viper. I mean, dude, I don't know if you would expend a draw there. You don't have the ability to set the back row.
Oh,
Ambrosia,
Ambrosia.
okay.
Okay.
Ambrosia being casted, so he did have the ability to activate a back row. Probably seeing this back row going face down, but I mean, every time that you're expending to draw, you're basically Laurels. You gotta pop the Gigas. You always pop the Gigas.
Yep.
If you're Jack, you gotta be like sitting wonderful in this position.
Mhm.
You're tied with spirits. You have one more Celestial than your opponent on board. I mean, he's expending to draw every single turn. If you're Jack, you gotta
Well, like,
be in this
You
position.
feel really good if you that draws like a Toxeon or anything like that.
I even
Or-
consider the position Jack is in to be up on a spirit. Usually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because of the one on field. Spend to draw. Okay. I mean, I feel like you got time to do that with the position you're in.
Yeah, I feel like you're perfectly fine expending to draw in this situation.
Yeah.
If you're
Especially
Viper,
after
you've
everyone
got to be
has-
wondering. You've got to be wondering what he could draw at this point. Like, I think Viper's looking for a Viserys.
Okay, Spark it.
I don't think much else outside of a Viserys can get him back into this game.
No.
I'm surprised if Jack doesn't have a counter at this point, though.
I'd be amazed if one of those face downs isn't a Zeus.
That's what I'm thinking.
Elachik comes down,
Thinking they
disenchanted
both
with
have
the
a
Water
Zeus.
Spirit, playing around that Tsunami.
Just go for the crap.
Does he have the Zeus?
Yep.
Yep.
Jack reveals the Zeus juice is about to pump that Spark it full. Let's go!
I hate you.
The Zeus juice is
Zeus
coming down.
juice.
Hate that Spark it. Let's go! Zeus juice, baby, when you need it the most. Oh, let's get juiced up. Who else is ready for the Zeus juice?
You're gonna freak out.
We see the Elachik enchanted with the Thunder Spirits attack into the Sparket, forcing a Tsunami play. This is going to allow the Elachik enchanted with the Water Spirits to still get an attack through, forcing out the Gorgon's Gaze. 3 spirits for the price of 2 attacks! Jack showing yet again why he is one of the best players in the game. Understanding fully well that I can force out 2 back rows if he has them, I'm going to take that opportunity to do so. If you're Viper, you've got to be sitting here going like, I have no way to do anything.
No.
Viper's most likely about to attack into the Elachik here that's in defense position. Jack's going to stop it. I'm assuming a Tsunami. Unless Viper would like to re-enchant with the Water Spirit, which is what I would do if I was him. Just to make sure that, you know, Jack has to have that Shield of Achilles or Gorgon's Gaze or that Elachik dies.
Yep. 100%.
I mean, we're going to see a
Yeah.
Tsunami comes down, Spark hits the defense position. I don't think much else can be said about this game at this point. I think Jack is basically won at this point.
Yep.
We're gonna see the Elachik come to attack position. If Jack drew an Celestial, he
Oh,
draws the
Toxeon,
Toxeon.
yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just salt in the wounds at this
Yeah.
time, people. We see the Elachik come back to attack position. Elachik attacks into the Sparket. If there isn't a Tsunami face down, this is the last turn of the game, folks.
Yeah, he'd have to Tsunami and then like shield or Gorgons in order to stop the full attack, which is not feasible.
You lose way too many spirits in that
Yeah.
situation. You still lose the game.
Yeah,
And
you lose
even
a
then,
lot.
even then, Jack has an altar face down. I mean, he's been projecting that he has basically nothing he can do this entire game. This is the first time we've seen him with multiple Elestrals that he can nexus to and from. Jack activates altar here. It's just game over. So the question is, does Viper draw an Celestial? If Viper doesn't draw an Celestial, I mean,
Jack can activate
it's
Altar
game.
right now too.
If Jack activates Altar on cast of an Celestial, then he wins, which is probably what he's thinking right now. Is just I'm gonna wait for him to play an Celestial so I can do it.
He can
I-
activate Altar in the opponent's draw step too, so.
Notorious water-only player, so it's gonna be interesting to see what he brought this week. Because I mean, like he could have brought, you know, defense beaters. He could have brought like water general like recovery package. He could have brought foamy fishing. I mean, there's so many decks that he could have brought.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, Zephyrod, Capper, Gold, Krakatuga. I mean, we have no idea what this man is cooking this week.
Nope. I would suspect it to be. My guess is Cap. Oh yeah, show us those. Oh, show us all those foamies. Yeah.
Yeah, he pulls out the foamy fish.
He pulls out every water card he's got. He's like, which one of these should I put in?
Have you seen Rune's Sluggle binder?
No.
He has an entire binder full of Sluggle.
Oh my God.
I love that man. He is so dedicated to his Sluggle. Like, I am
Yeah.
Exaltair. But, like, he is more dedicated. I once paid $2 for an Exaltair. That's how dedicated I am.
Oh, that's
He
he
has a binder full of Sluggle.
Imagine he just owns every Sluggle. Like everybody, he just buys everybody out, and no one can
Dude,
play
I-
anymore.
I'm amazed that he has not just bought every single stellar Sluggle that's gone in the market. Like, I'm amazed that he has not done that. Like, I really, genuinely would have expected him to just go like, Sluggle on the market, 450 for it. I'll pay 450. Let's do it. Like, genuinely, I just would have expected it. But he hasn't, and that's so weird. I definitely would not have thought that he would have let that opportunity go. But hey, he has.
You know, fair enough. I have a prototype Sluggo. I wonder if he needs one of those.
He has thousands. Dude, I can't begin to tell you how many Sluggles he has. Every starter deck that I've opened, every single booster pack that I've opened, every single booster box I've opened, anytime I get a Sluggle, it goes directly to it. It's gotten to the point where it is my most saved address on Pirate Ship. I've done like hundreds of Elestral sales, and like somehow, some way, his is like the recommended address on Pirate Ship. It's hilarious. They're like, "Oh, are you here to send him more Sluggles? Got you, fam. I got you."
Then I gotta recrop freaking Weathercaster's field real quick.
I wonder what Weathercaster's gonna be on today.
I don't know. I've seen Weathercaster play a bunch. Every time I've played Weathercaster,
I feel
it feels very
something tells me he's been playing Wind a lot. I can't remember that though.
See a Zaptor come down.
We're gonna see the rabbit. Turn 1 rabbit.
Let's go.
Who would have thought? Turn 1 rabbit's just the best play ever. I mean, it's.
I think it'll forever be good.
I mean, it's never gonna be bad. I mean, it's Pot of Duality, and Pot of Duality was a body. I mean, it's just so good.
Yeah,
See, Dan,
it's honestly better than Pot of Duality. I think in most cases. I guess
this is why. Good.
Oh, I was gonna say obviously it's different, like a different game completely with the card pools and everything, but
Yeah.
the effect is just forever better. I feel like on a 5, like in this game with having that, I mean, the decision to give Ass Rabbit a 5 defense still boggles my mind.
Yeah, I have no idea what Dan was on when he. So.
No.
Okay, no, correction. I do know what he was on because I was one of the ones that advocated for 5 defense. So the reasoning was nobody was playing Thunder because Thunder was bad. So we were like, okay, well let's just buff it so it can be a toolbox card. And then Dan buffed Spark It without telling us he was buffing Spark It. And it just kind of was like, okay, well now we kind of broke Thunder. And we made it to where he has a card that has, 5 defense for no reason whatsoever. It's just, that was just a mistake on all of our parts.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
We see the joke of setting a Stadium Rune face down into the rune slots. Thank you, Baboons, for doing such a lovely joke. We all love that joke.
Were you the creator of that joke, or when I came into the game, that joke was around? So,
in prototype format, the rules were not released until the middle of the first official tournament. so obviously none of us had read the rule book. We just kind of learned how to play through Dan going oh this is the rule for this is the rule for that, and this is the rule for this. So. In the finals of the finals of the prototype tournament, the only prototype tournament that there was, I played a Stadium Rune face down, and whenever it was P-gusted I moved it to the Underworld, and Dan jumped in and was like, "Hey, what are you doing? That's not allowed." But we'd been playing that way because that's how we didn't know the rules of the game.
No, 100%.
And
I mean, you think
in the tournament.
Yeah.
Early in the tournament, I'd done it before with a judge and Dan watching my match, and nobody had said anything. So I mean, I was safe to assume it was allowed, and that's what happened behind it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. I remember when I first started playing this game, I did the same thing, and then I had to ask, and it just seems like an initial instinct. So it makes sense.
So whenever you hear somebody going a face down Stadium or something like that, that's fine. It's because it's a joke that's come over from prototype.
Fair enough.
It's not a funny joke. It's not a good joke, but it's
an inside joke, which makes it nice that way.
But we haven't even talked about the game. We see the PTA come down from the Necro. The Necro gets popped by the PTA. We see. This
another
is just
Zaptor coming down.
Earthquake popped the Sluggle, I think is what. No, it popped the Astro Rabbit. Necro Sonicor coming out attack it. 3 damage comes out of Weathercaster. I mean, this game, I feel like this game is gonna be stock standard. It looks like it looks as though Baboons is playing 5 guys with water.
Yeah.
So the theory behind this being Atlantis turns all those 5 guys into 6 guys, so it runs over 5 guys, and you don't have to worry about Atlantis. So if your opponent is on Atlantis, then it's not going to be a problem.
Right.
It's a deck that's been tinkered with a lot. I do wonder how Baboons is going to play it, because the huge issue with it is that it doesn't have much recovery capability.
Right.
So it's where, like, you know, cards and, like, you know, Thunder all get you an extra card. You have Earth, which all, like, you know, like, impacts the game. Like,
Right.
every Earth card, you know, impacts the game. You have Equalings, which can just pop cards. You have Text Wars, which can get insane numbers. I mean, you have the Ceres that can just special cast Ward. The huge issue with 5 water guys, or 6 guys, as I like to call it, because I mean, Atlantis just makes them 6 guys.
Right.
The
No,
huge
it's a good-
issue with
yeah.
that is they just don't do it. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
You see most
effects wise,
machines,
yeah, it doesn't. I remember one of the first decks I played with was like a water version of 5 guys, because simply because I thought Galaxia with Mustache is like incredible. But yeah, you start to realize that the deck just has it just gets like cut off so quickly. Like, it doesn't have any room to really show to have like that type of skill expression that you want to have.
yeah,
in a
I mean,
game
it's
like
just
this.
such a straightforward deck. It's play Elestral attack, play Elestral attack,
Yeah.
play Elestral attack. There's not really much, you know, leeway for, I need to make this insanely, stupidly, big brain play. It's just play Elestral attack.
Yeah,
We
100%.
do see Sonicor coming down here.
That's big.
I actually don't know how Baboons wins in this
No, I
situation,
don't
unless
know
he's sitting
either.
on it. Like, he already popped off his EQ, unless there's a Laurels, but even then he can't activate a Laurels because he has Atlantis on board. I mean, dude, what is Baboons gonna do here?
I have no
If
idea.
he has the Mustachian here, oh, he does have the Mustachian because it got bounced back to him, so Mustachian will have 7 attack when it goes to attack with the Sonic Board.
That's true.
So actually, he has the clear. He has the ability to remove the Sonic Board. He's gonna take 3 damage total doing it because obviously Mustachian costs 1,
yeah.
expend 1, and then he's gonna have to expend 1 due to damage. So he has the ability to clear the Sonic Board, but you're taking so much damage here.
Yeah.
There's
That
just
Sonic Core did
yeah.
what you wanted it to do, whether or not it gets out into that.
Yeah, I mean, that's 5 damage from Sonic Core. Sonic
Yeah.
Core dealt 5 damage there, regardless of how you want to look at it, right? Sonic Core dealt a massive amount of damage there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Weathercaster, you're perfectly fine with that trade. I don't see why you wouldn't love that trade. I mean, of course you lose the Sonic Core, which does suck. I mean, you know, Sonic Core being a super expensive card to get onto the board. I mean, you have to use 2 normal enchants and a body to get it on the board. So it's expensive in the matter of you know, actually getting it to stick. But we do see the Ash Rabbit come down. This is going to let him look at top 3. He does get PTA'd. This is going to allow the Ash Rabbit to go down with the PTA almost immediately. So that does suck. But I mean, you force so much damage out of Baboons at this point. I mean, you had the 5 from the previous turn, the 2 from the turn before that, before the Mustachian. He's played 2 Earthquakes, Atlantis. I mean, he's played an Earthquake, he's played Atlantis, he played a PTA. I mean, you've forced him to use so many spirits at this point. He's coming down from, like, you know, he's very far behind at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
So if I'm Weathercaster, I'm like, okay, I'm losing the rabbit here, but I mean, he's also losing the game. So
Yeah. I don't know what Baboons could get that would actually bring him back into this game based on the deck that you have.
I think a Galaxia could do it.
That was the only thing, but with 3 back row, I don't know what spirit count they're each at too, which makes it a little bit harder to tell the positioning of the game. But I think it's so card wise. So what, you about to draw? We're both at Weathercaster's at 5, so then that makes Ambrosia. Okay.
And I don't think that's enough. Like, I mean,
think
you
it's
still
enough.
have to expend a draw here to try to get a card to come back into this.
Mhm.
And do you even risk the expend a draw knowing that your opponent's on Thunder? Because I mean, if he has Zeus and Spark It, then I mean, like, you know, that's shredding a card.
Right. I guess
I
it
don't
depends on
think he risks
what's in his
the
hand. 'Cause he drew, so he's got another card in his hand. So did he?
No,
have
he set the other card face down.
He did. Okay, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, so he set the other card face down. He's the last card in his hand was the Ambrosia.
Okay.
I mean, if you expend a draw here, I feel like you have to expend a draw, but I
Mhm.
mean at the same time you're still risking, like I said, you're risking that Spark and Zeus.
Right, and it doesn't feel good, yeah, especially into this matchup.
Getting rid of that fire shows me that he's not planning for an eruption as a win con, which is good. I never think that you should plan for an eruption as a win con. I think eruption's scummy, but that's just me.
That's fair. I wonder, because we haven't seen like a full Thunder Nexus line out of
Yeah, I
out
think
of
we've only
Weathercaster.
seen
Like, he might be
Rabbit.
playing like pure stall too. Like we don't know that yet either. He might just
I think
be-
we've seen Rabbit and Elechick.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Elechick.
Yeah, I think
I know
it
he's
was
seen-
Elechick,
he's-
and he's there. He searched Zoo, so
So but all if he has to spark it, then I mean like that card if Baboon's hand is gone or if Baboon's loses 2 spirits, which just basically does his own undoes his own version.
right.
We see the Viserys come down.
Yeah. Which is it's big too, but you wish you got a little bit more value off of it. But just an Elestral in general,
Yeah.
it just puts on so much pressure.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna get a damage here, which is really what matters in this situation.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Baboon's casting card. Is Baboon's playing without sleeves?
Yeah,
I
think.
just realized that. That's gonna drive me wild.
Yeah, I think it's because he didn't want to sleeve up all the extra cards, so anything you go to replace, like whatever game with the no side deck, you want to just be able to swap them in and out quick.
So Baboons takes 1 from the attack, expends 2 for the poison arrow. Oh, dude, he's probably sitting at like 5 spirits now. He's not sitting at 3 spirits at this point.
No.
We do see the small Tuga come down. I think if you are, yeah, you're gonna go around this if you're Weathercaster. Always go around this. That's gonna leave him on just a 3 attack body, and I mean, he's not even gonna be able to attack that body. So this turn, that small Tuga is just doing nothing. If you are Baboons right now, you're probably feeling good about the position you're in because you're the only one with an Elestral. But at the same time, I mean, you know that he got a rabbit look, he got a rabbit search, and I mean, he drew that Viserys. Like he played that Viserys face up. Like the second he drew it, he drew that Viserys on his last turn. So
Right.
whatever he searched off rabbit is still in his hand.
Yeah, he still got 2. Yeah, he still got 2 cards. So it's. I mean, it'd be nice to know where they were at spirit wise.
That would be. That's like the only one advantage the app has over webcam.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to keep track of.
Yeah, definitely like viewing wise, it definitely makes it easier. You're not worried about like the glare or anything like that. For these next games, I'll put 2 dice and I will try to keep track whatever they're playing. Make that a gold line, and then eventually here we can do it like how Dan does it, where it'll get it popped up there.
Weathercaster just expended a draw.
Interesting. So that means no.
Oh
Elestrals
my
in there?
god, dude, Weathercaster is in such a losing position now.
Yeah, Sluggle's huge.
Sluggle
without
goes
an
down.
Elestral on board, Sluggle's nice.
If any of those back row has the ability to solve this game out any longer, Weathercaster, I don't think he's going to be able to come back into this game. Sluggle comes down. I mean, Weathercaster, one of those back row, maybe even 2 of those back rows are not